Thank you for having me. My name is Robb Fahrion, as Dave said, so really excited at the opportunity to speak to you guys. Told Dave and Don, throwing the marketing guy into a financial executive group might be a little bit intimidating, but I hope at least you guys can take a little bit of nuggets or information from what I'm going to offer about digital marketing, how marketing is shifting and transitioning and changing with all the new technology that is out there and available. So today we're going to be talking about what digital marketing is, and then not only that, how you might be able to use it either for yourself from a personal brand perspective or also for the company that you're working for in ways that could benefit them as well. So to talk a little bit more about myself, I know Dave touched on quite a few of these. Co-founded Flying V Group. We're located in Irvine, right over by John Wayne Airport. Flying V Group has to do with we're both huge Anaheim Ducks fans, so the reference to the Mighty Ducks movies is actually where the name comes from.
That's illegal, isn't it?
I think I'm going to get myself in trouble here. But when you look at our website, we've twisted it into a business initiative, flying in a V, more efficient, all those business terms and things like that. So works both ways. Like you said, held positions, director of marketing. Also worked as a financial consultant for a couple years. Definitely felt that was my weakest area, so wanted to try and fine tune some of that stuff. Orange County native, Chapman alum, and then my brother and co-founder Tyler in the back, like mentioned, and he's a CPA, so I hope that gives me a little bit of credibility there. Asked him if he had any recommendations for me for this presentation, and he just said, yeah, good luck with that one. So, but no, he said throw some numbers up there and some interesting stats, and I think it'll be okay. So we'll get into some of that. I could send this presentation after. I would love to connect with you guys on Facebook or LinkedIn, whatever it may be, for future communications if you guys would like. Today's agenda, just going to go over this real quick. Obviously, have our introduction. What is digital marketing? We're going to talk about that, kind of defining it and how it's always shifting. I was talking with Alan a little bit earlier. Things are changing every single day with either the technology, the strategies, or whatever Google decides to throw on us at any given time. We'll talk about the elements of digital marketing, what makes up digital marketing strategies, how they're used, how they can be effective, and how we're using them with our clients, and how you can also be using the different strategies. We'll look at digital marketing by the numbers. So I think there's some very eye-popping statistics that pop out when we look at the actual numbers and the amount of volume that is being run through digital marketing channels. How marketing has changed. So we'll look at the new versus the old way. New being the inbound type of marketing, getting clients to come to you versus the old school going out and finding clients, how that paradigm has shifted. Then we'll look at effective digital marketing for financial executives. So I obviously didn't want to get up here and just talk to you guys about, hey, how digital marketing works for me and how it works for a digital marketing company. But I wanted to put myself in your shoes and see, okay, what are some things that you guys can do as financial executives with digital marketing to help, again, promote your brand, promote your company's brand. Finally, we get some questions, and then we'll close from there. And being a small group, if you guys have questions at any time throughout, throw your hand up, and we can ask them right there, too, if I'm not being clear about anything. Talking about the company, Flying V Group, founded in 2016. We've served over 100 plus clients. You'll see the different verticals that we have service, professional services, tech, manufacturing, energy has become an extremely popular vertical that we've tried to hit home with. I think it just shows that digital marketing, regardless of industry that you may be in, is effective. So when we originally started the company, we said, okay, do we want to specialize in one given thing? As far as a vertical goes or a niche, what we realized very quickly is that no matter who we were talking to, no matter what they were doing, there was a need for our services in some way, shape, or form, regardless of vertical, regardless of industry. Some clients include Lyft, American Airlines, TrueStar Energy, and then Key Vision as well, financial consulting. They're right in San Juan Capistrano. Everything we do is digital and internet based, so we're not doing any type of print, we're not doing any type of TV advertising, radio, anything along those lines. Everything is internet based. And as far as our firm goes, I would say we are not a creative digital marketing agency. So you have creative digital marketing agencies, I'd say guys that are working with your Nikes or things like that that are producing these creative commercials or infomercials, whatever they may be. We're focused more or less on the analytical side of marketing. So every decision that we're making is based on numbers, is based on trends, is based on what the reports are telling us. So we're not going off of look, we're not going off of feel. Obviously with marketing, design is a big component but we're using design to promote things like conversion rate of a website page or a landing page and things along those lines. There's our website, www.flyingbeegroup.com, and then again, those will all be links to our different social media channels as well. So what is digital marketing? I pulled this definition online that I thought was really good. Digital marketing encompasses all marketing efforts that use an electronic device or the internet. Businesses leverage digital channels such as search engines, social media, email, and their websites to connect with current and prospective companies. So I thought that did a really good job at describing what digital marketing is. So digital marketing can be someone taking out their cell phone, looking at whatever it may be on the internet, tablet while they're sitting in front of the TV at home, or when you're at your desktop computer. So, and obviously the difficulty for us is that we need to serve relevant content regardless of what device these people are using, what operating browser they're using, all those different things. But digital encompasses anything on the internet, no matter what channel, no matter what form it may be. So that's kind of how I describe digital marketing.
Rob?
Yes?
You list email in there.
Right.
Isn't privacy concern there?
I'm sorry?
Privacy and,
Yeah, so there's definitely privacy laws as far as like, okay, if we're going out and running a cold email campaign, we obviously, the CAN-SPAM Act and things like that, we have to have easily available ways for them to unsubscribe for a list, and the list has to be generated from an organic source in the sense of they opted into a mass email marketing campaign. A little bit different if we were to say I go out and I email you directly from a list that I may have built. But yeah, as far as mass email marketing goes, there are some compliance issues, making sure that we have the tool, or not the tools, but the availability to unsubscribe. And if we don't, we run the risk of possibly our domain being blacklisted, meaning when we deliver an email to a specific other domain, that email could go directly into a spam or might not be delivered at all.
but also Yahoo was reported, I think, in the last week or two about looking to share data from their customers' emails with outside parties.
Sure. So yeah, obviously the data information is a huge argument right now, whether or not what side you're on. My point, or what I always say, is that somewhere along the lines you opted in to sharing some type of information, and if you didn't, then yeah, obviously you're running into an issue, a legal issue with that company. But people with Facebook always say, well, how does Facebook know that I looked at this? Or how does Facebook know I do X, Y, and Z? And I said, you went to Facebook, you put your name, your job, your address, possibly in some instances people do, all this information to where you voluntarily gave it to them, right? And so I said, if you don't want things like that tracked, there's certain tools that you can use. Is it tough? Definitely. It's definitely tough because people don't realize the digital trail that they actually leave. You talk about your cell phone. Every single time you're using location to travel, you've got a trace. You can look it up. It's actually kind of scary. Google Maps, there's a way to download all of your data, and it's scary. It's scary being on the side knowing the power that is available, but at the same time, it's all information that's being driven by the use of these digital tools. So Yeah, it's an interesting conversation, one that we could probably talk about for hours if we wanted to, for sure. So now I'll talk about the elements of digital marketing. So I apologize, my animations are gone for whatever reason, but anyways, we'll start with website design is really the foundation. So any of the other strategies that you are going to be using are more or less ineffective if you don't have what I consider the foundation, which is the website. And when I say foundation, that means everything from the look, design, and feel, and also to the technology that you're using on your website, to the point where old and outdated technology is not as effective as new technology when it comes to the other aspects of the digital marketing spectrum. So we could have a client that comes to us and says, hey, I want to start spending paid advertisement to place ads in front of potential customers. Well, we go back and look at the website and say, well, hey, this thing's trash, right? As far as you're going to drive traffic here, no one's going to call you, no one's going to fill out a form on your site, no one's going to convert, and that's really what we focus on. So, and there's a lot that goes into the design piece as far as elements to entice conversion and to just facilitate conversation on your own website in order to bring in a client, get them as a lead, and then nurture that lead moving forward. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. Second piece, search engine optimization. So search engine optimization is basically how our website or our business is showing up across the different search engines. So that could be Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo is a big one that's popular because DuckDuckGo, as far as the information that they're tracking, they say they don't track anything. So, but search engine optimization is basically when you go to Google, I type in, I need a financial advisor in Orange County. How is that result being populated? Who's the first result? Who's the second result? We'll get into numbers about how effective and how much more beneficial it is to be a top result in a little bit. But there's a lot of efforts that go into actually gaining those results. All of these pieces here work together. Google's job and why Google is so good is that it delivers the best relevant results. So you can go use Bing or you could go use DuckDuckGo, I understand that. But as far as getting information that you need, Google is the best at it. I can go to Google and type in a legitimate question that I have, and more or less you're going to get a pretty dialed-in result based on whatever it may be that you're looking for. So that's really why, at the end of the day, yeah, people have issues with Google, but it's not even close in terms of competition between them and Microsoft even. So your pay-per-click advertising or paid search advertising is another way to say it. That's those targeted ads that you'll see. So, people go to a website and then all of a sudden they're shocked when they start getting ads for that product or for that service. That's really where the paid stuff goes into. So anytime you go on a website, you're basically opting into that website's privacy policy. If you don't, you can leave. But if you do stay, based on your browser history, essentially, it creates a persona for you online. So we all not only have our physical persona as who we are here, but we also have our digital persona as well, what that looks like, the pages we look at. I'm sure you're probably getting a bunch of Patriots ads all the time for tickets or whatever else it may be. So things that you might be looking for online. And this is obviously paid traffic to where we're paying for that traffic to end up on our website. And again, we want to convert that paid traffic, obviously, in order to return that investment. How are you? Social media marketing. This one, I think, is still an underutilized tool because it's absolutely free to use. There's many different platforms. Facebook, LinkedIn is a really good one that I don't think a lot of people use effectively, but just a place for you to get your services out there, what it is you can do, the value that you can provide for potential customers. The big one and buzzword that really ties in all of these and drives these components is what I call content marketing. And content marketing is blog articles, informational articles that you might write on another website, and video marketing. Traffic to websites is driven by good and quality content. So back in the day, you'd be able to build a website, dump it with a bunch of your keywords that you may be targeting and rank. Well, now Google's wanting to return quality websites, so they're looking for quality content. My point being is I might write an article that says, why should I use a digital marketing firm? And if that's a good article, the hopes is that it gets shared or people visit the site. What that does is it tells Google, hey, this is a good piece of information. When somebody's looking for that content, I want to deliver this as a search result. And that's why with content, we can really drive traffic and we can drive that inbound traffic to get somebody in that sales funnel, in that sales pipeline for the business. And we'll talk much more about content marketing moving forward. So here's the numbers stuff that I was talking about. I wanted to ask, I'm sure all of us been involved in some type of mailing marketing or in some form sending out mailers. You can all agree, or cold calling. I'm sure all of your companies do cold calling, things like that. So we'll talk about really the differences, but these are numbers for what I would call inbound marketing traffic. So these are the marketing has shifted from people know what they want now. If they need something, they go online, they search for it, they find what they deem as the best offer, the best product, the best service. As to where those other types of information that we might be sending out, we don't know whether that person needs to buy at that time. We don't know whether they already bought. We don't know whether or not the information that we even have on that person, whether their address is correct, their phone number, they might have moved, all those different things. So these are numbers that we look at from a digital marketing perspective. 3.95 billion internet users, last, I think, 7 billion people in the world, I want to say. And I mean, that's of all users, so I don't even know about people that actually have internet availability, what that percentage of overall population would be. Google searches per month, 100 billion Google searches per month. Just a pretty staggering number when you really think about it, and that's one platform. 2.3 million Google searches per second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 10 million searches that just happen. So as marketers, we're looking at that as saying, wow, that's a lot of information that's going out, and that's a lot of opportunity for us to put our product, put our service in front of people, and get a piece. There's a lot out there and a lot going on to where we just need to position ourselves in the right place, and we've got a great opportunity to return on any type of investment that we're putting into a digital strategy. This piece down here, I mentioned it earlier before the talk, 38.4% of total ad spend by United States companies is digital marketing budget. First time, this is a 2017 number, first time that digital marketing has surpassed TV advertising. So the trends are definitely shifting. And we talked about it, people aren't watching TV anymore. People aren't watching commercials. People are streaming now, people are cutting the cord on cable. Everything is shifting to internet, whether you know it or not. It's happening right before our eyes. 91% of internet users use search. You use search whether or not you even know it, right? When you jump on a browser, you type in maybe a question or you type in what you're looking for in the browser. That's connected with some type of search engine. It runs a search directly for you. And important piece for us over here, 75% of that traffic goes to the top 5 results on the page. So if your company's buried on page 2, page 3, page 4, good luck. Good luck. It's very tough to get that exposure that you need. And not only that, but of those top 5 results, we're probably talking about 2 or 3 of those results that are actually paying to be at that top result as well. So it's become, while there's a lot of availability and opportunity, it's also created a ton of competition for that real estate online. But there's a lot of different things, and there's a lot of companies that still aren't putting any focus into this, which blows my mind when, if they would, they'd see a dramatic increase as far as how effective their marketing can be versus what they've been doing in the past. So now we're talking about the old way versus the new way. I grabbed a couple definitions, so bear with me. I got them written down here for outbound marketing. So outbound marketing refers to any kind of marketing where a company initiates the conversation and sends its message out to an audience. Outbound marketing examples include more traditional forms of marketing and advertising such as TV, commercials, radio ads, print advertisements, newspaper ads, magazines ads, flyers, brochures, catalogs, trade shows, outbound sales calls, cold calls, and email spam, like we talked about earlier. The real issue here for me with an outbound marketing strategy is you completely lack any type of analytics versus what you can get from an inbound strategy. So when we're reaching out to people, we might have a general idea of who they are or what they might be interested in, but we're really taking a shot in the dark. Because again, that buyer persona has shifted between people buy when they're ready to buy, right? Less and less are we finding opportunities to where we randomly hit the jackpot and that person's like, yes, I was just looking for what you're offering me on this cold call. It's just not happening. And not only that, but they don't have time for it, right? People are so busy that we go and we make buying decisions when we're ready to, when we want to make those decisions. Inbound marketing, also grab that that definition. Inbound marketing is about creating valuable experiences that have a positive impact on people and your business. How do you do that? You attract prospects and customers to your website and blog through relevant and helpful content. Once they arrive, you engage with them using conversational tools like email and chat, and by promising continued value. And finally, you delight them by continuing to act as an empathetic advisor and expert. One of the things for our company that has been more beneficial than anything is starting to write blogs and giving free information to people. So if I can show these people that, hey, I know what I'm talking about, or I'm an expert in the digital marketing arena, or for you guys, I'm an expert in the financial arena, you build that trust, right? So we get somebody to our website, we have these different components, we have our blog. There's great information in there for them to read about, for them to learn, for them to grow. In hopes, what happens? They sign up for our newsletter. Now we have the opportunity to send a monthly newsletter. Once a month, it doesn't sell anything. It basically just says, hey, here's the things that are happening in digital marketing. If you haven't done this yet for your website or for your company, you should be doing this. Social as well. Sharing content there, again, that's that opportunity to where if we get somebody to follow us on social media, we have an opportunity to touch point with them. If I've got 1,000 Twitter followers or I've got 10,000 followers on Twitter and I write an article, I'm able to present that to them. They click to my website, that tells Google, hey, there's a lot of traffic going to this page. The page is optimized for a specific keyword. Now that keyword starts to rank on Google. So you can see how all those things start to work. Then eventually I call it the 17 times rule. I don't know how accurate it is, it's kind of that buzzword. But they say that 17 times is the number of times somebody has to have some type of interaction or experience or have seen a product or service before they actually make a buying decision. So with inbound marketing, unlike outbound marketing where we're basically taking one shot, we have an opportunity to get them in. They see our website, they've now seen our brand, they sign up for our newsletter, they now get our monthly emails. Now they're ready to buy. Who do they think about? Who do they go to contact? Who do they know? We have a YouTube channel where we jump on and do little quick tutorials, right, about certain things. Like it's not much, but one of them we have like 2,500 views. That's 2,500 people, right? That we posted it once, left it, and it just grows. It grows every single day. It's new people finding out about our business, finding out about our brand, and hopefully eventually getting to our website and saying, hey, I need your services now. Is that clear? The inbound, outbound marketing piece. The other piece with inbound that we've touched on as well is the analytics side. We're able to make decisions based on the data. When someone does come to our site, we know where they came from. We know what type of device they came from. We can see, okay, hey, our website's performing well on desktop, but it's not performing on mobile. Let's take a look at why. Let's take a look at our mobile design and how we can tweak that and adjust that. Okay, so now talking about you guys and gals, as a financial executive, what does this mean for me? So I'm going to touch on some things. How can I use digital marketing to help your business currently, whether if you guys are business owners or are actively involved in decision-making processes. And then not only that, but how can I use digital marketing to promote my personal brand as well? So you'll see a lot of times people are attached to a brand because of a certain brand ambassador sometimes. So it might be somebody that works for company X that writes information about the industry, and then now there's a correlation between that person creates a ton of value for their own company, and not only that, but they're connecting their company in other ways by providing valuable information to prospective clients, to prospective employers, and such. Again, the first thing we talk about, the foundation, is your website. So this is our website. It's changed since then, even though this is only a month old. But again, it really is the foundation of everything we do from a digital marketing standpoint. Buyers are making instant decisions. You have 10, 15 seconds, if that, to basically hook them in, to get them to click to other pages on their site to keep their interest. Not only that, but Google will penalize older, outdated sites. The big one now is like any sites that don't have a valid security certificate, let's say, is penalized based on rankings because, again, Google wants to give a valuable experience. If someone goes to a site that doesn't have the correct security, you obviously open yourself up to malware, attacks, phishing, all those different things as well.
Can you elaborate a little bit more what that means?
Sure. So obviously online there's the opportunity for hacking, different things like that. So certain websites will have security certificates, and basically what that is a firewall or some type of encrypted protection on the site for the information that's being passed back and forth. If sites don't have this security, then there's basically no firewall, meaning depending on how the person does it, they can come in between you and the person you think you're talking to, intercept that information that may be being passed along. So like sometimes you may see you're starting to type in credit card information or whatever. If that thing doesn't have a valid security certificate, Google Chrome will alert you and let you know, like, hey, you should not be inserting your information. And that's not even submitting your information too. That's another scary part, is that you could have somebody that's basically tracking keystrokes on your computer to where even if you don't submit it, they've got those keystrokes that you entered for your credit card. So those are just, again, the little like technology things that are constantly changing that we need to stay on top of and stay up to date for your website, for your business's website.
So how do you get a security certificate? Is that something that comes with a Wix.com? Or?
Exactly. Yeah, there's certain ways through your hosting provider, whether it's GoDaddy or whoever else, they provide.
But it's an add-on.
Most of the times, a lot of those hosting companies are starting to offer it as a service feature to where, hey, use our hosting because we're going to offer you a free security certificate just because of how important it actually is. Yeah, you'll start to get to the point to where Google will alert you before you even enter the site that the site does not have a valid security certificate. So you can see from a business perspective, if I don't have a security certificate on my site and someone tries to go to my site and Google tells them this site's not safe, I'd be leaving, right? And there's a lead or the next big deal that you just lost out on. The rebuttal we always get, and I get it, I do, but I get all my referrals from word of mouth. Word of mouth's great, don't get me wrong. The best word of mouth being direct word of mouth, so you know the person that works at that company referred a close friend, but there's still those third degrees and fourth degrees of word of mouth as well. And what's the first thing that those people are doing? They're jumping online and they're researching your company. And if we don't have an aesthetically pleasing website, if we don't have a website that's easy to use or easy to get in contact with you, we might lose that versus, them going out and looking at the other competitors as well. 24/7 sales tool. Unlike a salesperson that works 9 to 5, your website works 24/7, 365, all day, every day. It's constantly growing, constantly can be improving. I liken it to buying a plant. It needs to be watered, it needs to get sunlight. Same thing with your website. It needs to be updated. It needs to have valuable information that you continuously add to it in order for it to grow and improve. So just a quick example here to try and show you some of the things that we look at. I typed in financial consulting Orange County, and this was the second page result, so probably a page that's getting 75 to 80% less traffic, if not more, than the first page result. I hope this isn't anyone's company here, I apologize if it is. But we have Klein at the top left. We have a picture of a river or a brook, not sure. Has nothing to do with what they do. We have welcome, and then we have a block of text that I would have to go through, figure out, okay, what do they do? What value can they offer to me? Why should I do business with these guys? There's no phone number, I don't think. Yeah, you have to click to a new page. Anyways, so this is what I talk about from a design standpoint, the conversion rate of a website. And again, if we're going to be spending marketing dollars, we want that traffic to convert into paying customers, or at least customers that will call us or ask for more information from us. On the flip side of that, you look at Sterling Financial Advisors. Right away, you can see what it is. You don't have a gray on gray background. Clearly, they're targeting a specific customer persona. Customer personas are extremely important. I'd say retirement age, looking for financial advisement for those types of people. Right away, a clear call to action. Schedule your free consultation. 4 bullet points about what it is they do. Okay, they do taxes, they do retirement income, they do asset management. Got some social proof, big phone number for me to call. I mean, I think the proof's in the pudding of what page speaks to you in terms of who you might call and who you might take action with. Okay, so you've got a website, now what do I do? So this really goes into how I think you guys can really capitalize on digital. Again, I can't stress it enough, creating quality content. Some examples for you guys is if you start your own personal website, a personal blog, you guys are experts in the financial industry. You know more than a lot of people do than any type of layman. There could be a niche to where even if it posting an article once a week, drive traffic there, whether there's one-off individual opportunities, whatever it may be, or just showing a portfolio of the work that you can do, the knowledge that you've obtained over all the years of doing work. If you're working for a company, I think a great opportunity for you guys is to create, let's say, a quarterly financial analysis of the industry that you work within. That's a great piece of content that you might be able to send out to your existing client list to touch base with them, touch points, things along those lines. You can also post it to your blog. Any type of information that you think would be relevant, unique, valuable is things that have an opportunity to help grow your business, grow your personal brand, whatever it may be. This chart here shows content marketing strategies have proven to increase inbound website traffic by over 2,000%. Reason why is we create a new piece of content that's designed around a specific keyword or a specific topic. That piece goes out and that piece is there forever, right? It doesn't go away. The traffic only increases. It's never going to decrease on that page. Month to month obviously is different, but it creates shareable content. It's something on your LinkedIn. Hey guys, here's this article, a really popular article I wrote. 6 months later, hey, this article has taken off. Here's an article I want to share with you guys with some valuable information. Again, it shows the benefits on the right. It shows your expertise in your industry. Not only that, one of the best things that I've noticed from writing content is it keeps you up to date with your industry trends and changes. So you're constantly having to research, you're constantly having to understand, okay, what's going on in my industry? What changes are happening? How can I educate others about those changes to where I'm the voice, right? I'm the one that is the expert on the topic. Again, create shareable content for your company possibly, or also if your personal brand or your own company. 4 and 5 I think it's fun. I mean, you start to have conversations with people that's the beauty of digital too. There's obviously the scary side of social media and all that tracking and everything else, but we also live in an age where we have the opportunity to connect with really anybody we possibly want to. And I've met people and have had conversations with people that I never would have been able to have before just through creating valuable content for the industry, talking about things that I'm passionate about, which are helping businesses and helping people navigate and understand the digital marketing, or the digital market.
Rob,
Yes.
when you're creating your own personal brand, I know you're focused on websites, but can we use, as individuals, LinkedIn to share that content?
100%. I just would always recommend that you at least have somewhere to go back to, because then that will have something that builds value over time for you as well. So I liken it kind of to a snowball effect. So we start a website, let's say, and it starts as nothing. But when we start to wrap that thing with content and new information and articles, it starts to, it's crazy, it starts to grow. Like, I have stuff that we wrote, or I wrote, or Tyler wrote from a couple years ago, and you kind of forget about it, and then I go and look at the traffic, and people are sharing it, or people are hitting that page because they need that information. That's where the value of the website comes in. But I don't think there's anything wrong with posting articles on LinkedIn as well. Like, LinkedIn has their own article writer, you can go in there, but I think it would almost be beneficial. You can post the article there and then also have a page that you can post it to too. Either way, you're just gonna get more value out of having your own presence. Yeah. Again, just some statistics about content marketing. Content marketing generates over 3 times as many leads as outbound marketing and costs 62% less, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. And again, that's just, it's crazy. People expect stuff for free nowadays. Like, they really do. They don't want to pay for anything. You look at the newspapers, right? People are all up in arms about having to pay for newspapers now. And when you really think about it, it's like, they're providing us information, they're providing us value, and we expect it for free. But that's where blogging comes in, is that we know we have to provide free information to get the opportunity to have the conversation with them about our services. So, like, for example, if you jump on our website, we will literally run a free digital marketing audit on your entire company. We write a report about it, absolutely free. We'll jump on the phone with you for a half hour, we'll consult, we'll make recommendations. And a lot of, I don't know I should probably know, but the percentage of success, but at the end of the day, it might be, all right, thank you, we're not ready to make this buying decision now, but in 6 months when they're ready and they have the budget to make those changes and make those decisions, I'm pretty confident that we're gonna be the ones that they're gonna contact, because we've provided them with some free information, with some valuable content and information to help them at that given time, and not expecting anything in return. Businesses with blogs get 126% more lead growth than businesses without. Content marketing rates and conversion rates 6 times higher than other methods. Excuse me. And again, this goes back to the whole digital marketing. Yes?
When many of us do blog, but we don't have the strategy.
Right.
And I think we miss the value of sending out that blog. We put it in there and then it's passive.
Right.
Is there any way to set up a template on a blog that ties to your digital marketing strategy and then drives hits to it from various groups of people?
Yeah, there's a lot of automated tools that you can use. So, like, for example, for our social media, we basically, a month in advance, we schedule out all of our social media posting. So that way I'm not having to every single day, hey, I need to share something on LinkedIn. We can do it one time for 3 or 4 hours out of the month. And now we've got articles that we've written before that go out and are recirculated, or new articles that we've written get shared.
So anyone that blogs, you really should think about creating a media plan.
Yes, because that's the other piece. It's like, you can go out and spend $100,000 on a website, right? And it could look amazing. It could have all the bells and there's only so much you can do to make the website visible just by building the website. And that's what I talk about the website as a plant. It has to be watered, has to get sunlight, it has to be promoted, it has to be pushed, because you're competing with so much information too.
But you also need feedback from the marketplace to your website. 100%. Not just, I'm interested in buying, but what do they think about the website? How can you improve it? You have to learn from the interactions.
Right. Yeah, a lot of our improvements on our website aren't necessarily like improving how we can market our products. They're improving how we can get better information into potential clients' hands. That's what we focus on. Yeah, we don't focus on selling. So, but yeah, the conversion rates, it goes back to the digital marketing strategy as a whole. Creating content allows us to possibly, again, get these people in, they sign up for our newsletter, they get stuff delivered to their inbox, and when they're ready to buy, you know, we're the ones that they want to talk to. Okay, so I kind of broke it up. Company benefits, content, these can kind of be flip-flopped in between, but content drives traffic, which drives conversion. So again, going back to the website, without the content, why, if I'm just posting a page on, hey, I offer this service, I mean, people are always getting sold stuff every single day, right? Why are they gonna click that? Versus, hey, here's an article I wrote that you might be interested in about, I don't know, whatever some finance hot topic button might be at that given point in time. Brand awareness for the 17-time advertising rule. Again, we want to be available when people think about what it is we do. We want them to think about us. Customer education, this is the big one. Customer education, trust, and relationships. We can build trust through these types of strategies with the client, even if we're running a paid advertising campaign, right? Like if we're running a paid advertising campaign, someone comes to our website, they might not necessarily buy right then and there, but they go click to our blog, they realize we're active, we're engaging on social media, we're helping others, versus you click a paid ad, you just land on some landing page, they're clearly just trying to get your business, and that's the end of it. So we'll even run paid advertisements for an article. We're not expecting any type of service from that or sale, but we basically want to say, hey, we think we can provide you valuable information. Here's an article to help you out. If you want more information, let us know. Personal benefits, again, we've talked about this, keeps you informed and educated, improves communication, persuasion skills. I really believe writing is like one of the best things you can do to improve your overall skill set. And you show your expertise and your value within your industry. You create value within your own company if you're somebody that is creating valuable information that company can use. That's one of the biggest issues we have with companies is that they don't have enough content or they don't have anybody to create the content. That becomes a very tough part working with those clients. To conclude, it's here to stay. It's just the numbers. I mean, if someone argues against that, I don't know. I just think with the trends, with the technology, how it's improving every single day. There's constantly something new that's coming out, or a better way to optimize, or a better way to automate certain things that we can use. Changes in customer buying decisions, inbound versus outbound. People are buying when they want to buy, when they're ready. 24/7 marketing and brand awareness opportunity with digital marketing. And then as far as, steps to improve or steps to even get going, I think you sit down and develop a plan, whether it's a redesign, whether it's getting some type of website up for your business, and having a strategy. At the end of the day, we do our best to put ourselves in our client's shoes, but our client's always the expert about who their customer is, what their customer looks like, how their customer talks, what their customer might be interested in. Implement a plan, and then monitor that plan, right? There's certain times where we have a plan, we go out and we run it, and it's a complete failure. The beauty of digital marketing, we didn't just lose 1,000 mailers that we sent out and 95% of them got thrown in the trash. We now have optimized, we have abilities to optimize based on the analytics and metrics that we learn off of the failures of the strategy. That's the other beautiful piece. I can start a campaign, and within hours, 24 hours, I've got information and insights into whether or not it's working. And if it's not, we change it. And we optimize from there, and it's a constant tweak to where you optimize to where you have something that is running and is working. That's all I have for you. Thank you guys very much. That's our website. Again, if you want to hit us up on a free digital marketing audit, let us know. We'll do that. We send out monthly digital marketing newsletters as well if you want to sign up on our website. again, it's not spam. We're just sending out information about the trends, latest things that are happening to help you guys out. If you want, come up, I can grab your email and I'd be more than willing, or maybe I can send it to you and then you
I
can
can distribute it.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll do that. And then that would be a great way for you guys to have this and all the links and everything else. Any questions?
Rob, you mentioned the 4 elements of
Mhm.
the digital marketing and then the and content marketing.
Right.
Can you just clarify how many of those elements do you provide?
All of them.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're a one-stop shop in that you can come to us with nothing,
Yeah.
and we'll take you through design, development of a site, and then the ongoing digital strategy as well.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so we provide
So
all
do you
those.
outsource some of those aspects? Or
Some of the
yes,
writing stuff.
Some of the writing,
Yeah, which is why we try and tell clients like, hey, we'd love if you guys could write the content. We'll take the content, optimize it from an SEO standpoint, add the headings where they should go, different things like that, post it to the website and everything else. But yeah, it takes time to write. It's very time consuming
Right.
to write articles, and especially too, the articles that you're writing, you can't just. We're gone past the days where you could throw up a 400-word article and call it good. You know, most of the stuff that you're seeing is like 1,500 words, researched, extremely valuable. Blogs have become educational pieces. You know, they've become papers you wrote in university school and stuff like that. They really have. And some of the biggest companies out there, if you look at their content marketing strategy, they're posting great stuff every single day. Yeah, and they're sourcing it. So like, for example, like myself, if I could go out, write a guest blog on a big digital marketing website, that's valuable for me because I provide information, I can show what I might know, they link back to my website, that helps drive traffic there, that increases search engine rankings, it all just kind of works together.
I'm actually part of we're starting up a venture right now and content marketing. I've got content marketing people in my projections as far
Right.
as hiring them.
Right.
What's the market like for hiring content? Basically, full-time content marketing.
Full-time?
Content
Yeah.
marketing person, people.
Like a salary?
Yeah, just to populate the website with all of this,
I think it depends on the quality. Yeah, it depends on the quality. It really does. Yeah, because you've got somebody that has a book of, like anything, you've got somebody that has all these different educational pieces, writing styles. They show that their content has been shared or shareable, or people like it, or people just know their brand. That's the other personal brand piece. So like, if you can go and hire somebody for 50 grand that might have 50,000 followers on Twitter, right? Versus hiring somebody for 40 grand that doesn't have any type of presence,
Right.
you better be spending that extra 10 grand for that person with 50,000
yeah,
followers.
makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't have an exact answer for that.
Okay.
What are some of the websites you mentioned that are doing good content marketing? Who would you suggest we look at?
Yeah, that's a good question. Most of the ones I know are coming from like a digital marketing standpoint. Can I research? I'll look for like some financial stuff and send
Or
you.
just in general?
Yeah, or just in general.
Yeah, because I think the way I detect the discussion is some people are already doing some of this.
Right.
So in terms of what examples
Tech, all the
people
tech
that-
companies,
Okay.
really good. Any new startups or product startups are writing valuable content because they have a product. Let's say it's a like chat widget, right? They'll write an article about digital marketing, but it touches on how chat conversions are extremely high and why and all those things. Doesn't necessarily talk about their product, but you end up on their website.
Right.
Yeah. But so yeah, all the tech guys are doing a really good job of it. They're putting a ton of money into that.
Okay, Rob, well, thank you very
Awesome.
much.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
thank you all for letting me talk. I really
We have
appreciate
a
it.
little
Oh,
honorarium
wow.
for you here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Rob.
Appreciate it. Yeah, definitely.